blame something on
I
somebody.
was going to say,
Yeah.
Of course, it was her fault.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I go outside and I warm up her car, and it was a clear whiteout. I mean, it was like, what do I do? And, I've only been here for a couple weeks, and I'm like, shit, I got to get home before curfew. And, I got to keep accountable and all that. Well, she does live in the country, so I'm like, I told her it was snowing bad, and it was better off for me really to do that than have her drive all the way back home an hour. So I get in the car, and everything's pretty shitty. And I even, I've seen a few cars in the ditch, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is not a good idea. This is really, but I got to get home, and I'm going like 25, 30 the whole way home on a 55, speed limit. So I finally get into Gaylord.
You can call and say you're going to be late, right?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't, did I? Well, I called you after this happened.
After the...
Yeah, but the time frame was still okay. By this time, I'm pushing like 10:30 or something by the time. So anyway, 10:30 rolls around. It's still slow, and I come around this big curve, and it's curving to the right.
Uh-oh. In Elmira?
White out. No, it's just south of 32.
Okay.
And as I go around the curve, my wheel is turned, and I'm going straight. And the first thing I do is look to my right to see if traffic is coming. There's nothing I can do. Brakes are fully pressed down, My dad in the back of my head, don't pump them, So they're pushed down, and all I can see are these pine trees ahead of me. And a very large snowdrift, at least 4, maybe close to 5 foot high from all the plowing and everything from previous days. So I hit this snowbank, and by this time I'm telling myself just to relax, that let go, let God, don't tense up. I feel like the airbag's going to smash me in the face. I was airborne just for a quick second. When I hit the snowbank, it was straight down. And when I hit, I actually had my hands up in the air, and I didn't want my hands on the wheel. I remember thinking that. I didn't want to break my wrist because I was going to hit hard. And when I ended up down, snow flying everywhere, smoke coming out from the hood, I'm like, oh, shit.
Jackie's going to be so mad.
Jackie is going to be so mad.
She thought the bed
Not
was
only
a
that,
bad one.
Why didn't you rotate your tires?
Yeah. I mean, even her mom knows I shit the bed at her house. She doesn't. Her mom doesn't know. I'm still trying to build that relationship because they are great people. They're really nice people. I mean, they did have, I've had dinner at their house, but they don't really want to talk to me. They're like, who's our daughter with now?
We don't know about this guy anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm in the ditch. I couldn't get out the driver's side because of the pine trees. Luckily, somehow I missed that large pine tree by like 3 feet. It was to my left. It was right next to me, shoulder to shoulder with this pine tree, or shoulder to the pine tree. So I crawled out the passenger side door. The door barely opened, but I pushed it. And I stepped down into the snow, and it went up almost to my waist. It was so deep. The snow was buried. I mean, completely buried. I saw the front bumper in front of the vehicle, so I picked that up right away, threw that in the van. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. I'm not getting out. I knew I wasn't getting out. So a woman passed by. She stopped, and it's a whiteout. It's very difficult to see, and I'm on a curve. And she said, hey, I know somebody that can come by and pull you out. Are you okay, though? Do you need EMS? And I said, no, I know I didn't hit my head. But I was hurting a little bit. Not bad. I didn't hit my head. The airbag did not deploy, and I am so shocked that it didn't. So then I'm on the phone. I don't know if I was on the phone with Corey or Jackie at the time. She told me, she said, I'm going to pull over to the right on the other side so I'm not in front of oncoming traffic. I said, oh, thank you. My name is Van, by the way. I appreciate your help. I walked away because I was still on the phone, and I looked back, and she drove away. She drove away.
Man.
Yeah. Oh, shit is right.
It's like that weirdo, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I don't know if when I said my name is Van, I don't know. I don't know if that was it or not. But, a few people pulled up. A guy in a pickup, he said, man, you're hurting. I don't have a shovel, and I'm definitely not going to be able to pull you out. He had a big full-size Dodge. And I said, I know. And I was a little confused. Do I call 911 or whatever? But luckily, Jackie, with her insurance, has towing. So they put us on a 3-way call with her insurance, and I'm telling them where I'm at. And for crying out loud, they had a guy come from Grayling. Phil's Towing in Grayling.
About an hour away from there.
Yeah. And with the weather, it was pushing almost 2 hours. So I sat in my car, and in the meantime, when they were called out, a county deputy pulls up. Of course, the first thing he asked me, "You been drinking?" I'm like, no. And I was straight up. I'm going to be late for my curfew. I did tell him I was in sober living. And he was a really great deputy, really nice guy. And he just said, just get back in your car, but you might want to, get the snow away from your exhaust. You don't want to asphyxiate while you're in your car. So I did that, made sure the exhaust was pumping out, and waited and waited. Smoked a lot of cigarettes in her car, so that's not something I'm supposed to do either. But at least I didn't shit in the car.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
So you're really brownie points. So
yeah, there's no brownie points.
So how's your girlfriend today?
Well, after finally getting back to her house with the vehicle, because when they winched it out, flat tire. All of her ground effects, her fog lamps, front quarter panel. Yeah, it's a mess. Fluid leaking. Yeah. I honestly at first didn't know. When I got to the house, she looked at me and she said, it's a car. I'm just glad you're okay. But she did add, I don't know what my mom's going to say.
Oh.
And we're older and all that too, but her mom does kind of watch out for her. And, granted, yeah, I could see that.
Mama says.
But yeah, mom's not happy.
Yeah, so
She was quiet. She really didn't talk to me. She just said, glad you're okay. That was all mom said.
And yeah. And actually, all joking aside, like, that could be bad for you in the mental aspect of it all. Thinking, well, I shit the bed.
Yeah.
I pretty much messed her car up.
Shit the
it
bed,
wasn't your
wrecked your
fault. It
car.
was the roads, and
Well, I was behind the wheel, but yeah.
Yeah. So, and then
Yeah,
all of a
rough
sudden,
go.
what's next, man? There's something, with your track record.
Well, hopefully she don't get pregnant.
Oh, there we go.
I'll just throw that in there. That's not going to happen.
No?
No.
Relationship.
Because
No.
with all this great stuff you're putting her through, there must be
That
something
wouldn't
you're good
that be
at.
just her mom would just love me then? Yeah, giving her another grandkid. I'm 46. No, I don't want to be in a wheelchair or pushing a walker for graduation.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Why not, man?
No.
Why wouldn't you want
I'm
to do
good. Upstanding citizen.
that? You can be a grandfather and a father
Yeah.
of someone the same age, and that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be no.
Might as well, man. Might as well. You went across the bridge in a
Stretcher.
yeah
or a gurney.
On the only car on Mackinac
Yeah,
Island.
I didn't even know they had an ambulance, but yeah, they
your
put me in it.
girlfriend's bed.
Pooped her bed.
You might as well, man. That'd be something kind of cool.
Just
Let's keep it going, bro.
At least it's just not random somebody. Hey, you're daddy.
Hey, sometimes that happens.
No, yeah, for
You're
sure.
trying to stay bad, huh?
No.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Hey, I might have. I don't know.
But no, we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you made it back. And I know personally, I like you a lot.
I appreciate that. I like you guys.
And
I like being here.
When we started the fantasy football league, I could tell you were a little kind of like
I was annoyed.
Well, you were annoyed, but there was something else going on, and that's why.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we kind of threw it around. Then you were like, "Yeah, I'll be in it," and I thought that might. Not that I saw you going to relapse, but I knew there was something not quite
Might reconnect you with the.
Oh,
the
yeah.
guys, you know. And
Right. No, I hear ya.
Feel a part of it, and I think that's why you pushed back even further, is because you were just
Right.
like, no, I don't want to be a part of that. And you know, next year as returning champ, I think you'll take
Yeah.
it a lot more serious, and then you'll screw
Yeah.
up everything.
Right,
So
I
I'll
will,
make-
because
ask Ryan.
I know nothing about it.
You'll make all the wrong decisions. You'll
Right.
start the quarterback who gets 4 points, and the guy on the bench is getting 60, and you're like, why did I overthink that? But no, it's a lot of fun, and just it's not about. It is about who wins, but it's more about just a group of guys having fun, you know,
Right.
and talking trash and just being a part of something. And of course, you're the vice president of 217 Recovery.
Yes,
Just
I'm
throw
so
that out there.
So glad to be a part of it.
I'm glad that you are, man. And I know when I asked you the other day, I had already filled out the paper that said you're the vice president.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, by the way.
yeah, and I'm glad you said, yeah, that's fine.
No,
but I
I
mean, we're
like it.
absolutely 100% serious about it, though, and the things that we're going to do with 217 Recovery now with the transportation service and, you know, everything else that we're going to do with speaking events. And, you know, we want you to be a part of that, too.
Ben
And-
didn't lose his license, didn't get a ticket. So
No, I didn't
Yeah,
get a ticket.
so-
I even asked him. He was like, "Well, do you want one?" The police officer. I said, "Well, no. I mean,
You
my
need
driving record is spotless. You know."
Did you give tickets for shit in the bed?
Yeah. Right. Oh, then I'd have a warrant out then.
But no, and you know, you can drive people too, man. I mean, I don't know. We're just gonna do things and just take it day by day. But
Yeah.
you know,
That's all I can do.
we got big plans, and you know, I'm glad that you're gonna be a part of it and help
Yeah,
us, because
thank you.
sometimes I'll come up with some ideas, and I know Ryan looks at me like, "Oh Jesus, there's no talking Corey out of this one." But at least if there's a group of us,
Yeah,
you know,
collaborate.
like, it'll help,
Yeah.
and we'll make the right decisions and do the things and take 217 Recovery in the right direction. Of course, we have the podcast and the transportation, and there's other things we want to get involved in too. But
Yeah,
man, glad
excellent.
to have you aboard. And
Even after I crashed, you might want to have me drive, eh?
you didn't hit a tree. You did
No,
great.
I didn't. No, I was able. I was able to avoid that pine tree, man. That's
Yeah,
all I
just
could
like
see
you
coming.
planned.
it wasn't on your insurance. That's good.
I know, right? Yeah.
I mean,
That,
we're
I
all
do.
good.
I feel awful about that because it wasn't anything to do with an insurance claim until the
marks
damage
on-
in the
no
flat
marks
tire.
bad towards him, so we'll be able to afford you to be.
Yeah.
I did ask the police officer that because of the ticket. I'm like, "Is this going on my driving record?" And he said, "No." You know, I just because I've been in an accident before, but I was rear-ended on I-75, and that was again 20 some years ago. And I take pride in not getting a ticket or speeding. You know, I'm pretty cautious. Evidently not cautious enough. Again, I take full responsibility for it. I
Rotate them tires.
rotate them. It's her fault.
Yeah, you know, that's probably not her fault. at
No,
all, but,
no.
You know, it's your fault for.
No, it was
Too
rough.
fast for conditions.
Too fast for
That's what they would've
conditions,
gave you if
period.
They were going to give you a ticket.
Yeah.
They can always.
But
be,
it worked
I
out.
wasn't even going over the speed limit. That doesn't matter.
It
Too
doesn't
fast
matter.
for conditions.
Yeah, that's I
With
was
an
shocked.
accident would be on there. I think I've gotten that ticket before. I don't know. I probably fought it though and won because
And you know, we drove by that spot where I went in the ditch.
not today.
It's definitely deeper than what I remembered last night. You know, looking at it in the daylight because it was pretty late.
Well, it's a good thing that Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Make it up to
What am
her.
I going to do?
Well, don't drive her
gonna-
anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, I won't be driving. Maybe
we'll
her
make her
mom
a
can
t-shirt.
chauffeur us around.
Make some beef stroganoff.
Yeah,
T-shirt
right.
with one of them poo things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll give her some 217
she'll get me
swag.
Depends, and I'll have to get her a necklace or something.
No, but thanks for being on the podcast.
I appreciate
with us
it, guys.
tonight, man. It was a lot of fun.
I appreciate
and,
it.
You know, that story that you told just about you and the things that you went through, and you know, it does feel good. And before we started the podcast, Ryan even kind of said to you, and it's 100% true. You know, he's like, "You'll feel better when you get done," and
I
it's
do.
like almost like therapy. You know, when we sit around and you know, I want to say shoot the crap, but I mean that's kind of what we're doing. You know?
Yeah,
And,
I was a little depressed today. I feel horrible about what happened. And
you can't
I'm
change
glad.
it and-
No, and I'm glad you guys. You almost forced me. Ryan said, "Hey, you got to come into my room." I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, "All right, now I'm in trouble."
Yeah.